Recording.
Yeah. That's how we're starting. Mike, this week, I'm drinking wine.
Whoa.
I'm going all the way in. Yeah, I'm not all the way, but no,
Bougie.
I'm celebrating what might be the only Giants win of the season. We have
true.
to. I'll be honest with you, man. I gotta say, at the beginning of the year, we figured, okay, this team's gonna have a bad offense and an okay defense.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think they might have like an okay plus defense. Because, dude, the only statistic about today's game that jumped out at me: 8 sacks.
Yeah,
8. That's crazy.
Funny enough, I was at a winery today with my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew, and I missed most of the game because when I texted you earlier, the game started off with the Giants received the kickoff.
The very first play.
They fumbled. And then so the Browns recovered, and then their first play, they threw a touchdown. I'm like, here we go.
I saw the fumble, and I immediately just burst out laughing. I
was laughing too.
Echoed back to what I said last week, where I was like, 0-17, baby, let's go.
Here we go.
And then, they did gradually come back. And I got to say, it was not the most crisp win. It had some ugliness to it, but hey, a dub's a dub. You have to be happy about your dubs. You want your team to get your high draft picks. It's hard to root for a tank, but root for a team at the same time. It is, but
I know they
scored. The dub felt good. It felt like there was, there might be some life in this team after all.
When they scored their first touchdown, I'm like, yes, and I'm like, wait, I thought we were rooting for tank. I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, so. No, it's very odd, but no, it felt good to at least get on the board. And here's the thing. You can make the case that last week, if they would have had a kicker on the team, even a third-string kicker, they would have won.
Probably,
this team could be 2-1 right now. So it's amazing how the narrative surrounding a team can change on a dime like that.
Yeah, I picked, after 3 weeks, next week, Joe DeVito. He's a comedian. Tommy DeVito would start. So I probably got that wrong. And the Jets also won, and they look pretty good. So maybe they'll win more than 9 games. So I hope my predictions are wrong.
I gotta say, I wish we had B-Rabs or one of our other Jets fan friends on, whether it's Faisal or somebody, because I want to ask my Jets fan friends. And by the way, if any of you, the 6 of you that watch the show, are Jets fans, leave us a comment because I want to know what your emotions are about this. Because I want to know, how cathartic on a scale of 1 to 10? Yeah. Or maybe cathartic's not the right word, but therapeutic did it feel to be the only game on TV and beat down the Patriots in front of the entire football watching community? Did that had to feel good after the last 20 years? That had to feel really good because they didn't have a shot in that game. They manhandled them.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they have a rookie quarterback and a first-year head coach, and so the New England's going to go through this until they figure it out, I guess.
Oh, I said they're not making the playoffs till 2030, and I'm standing firm by it, baby, until I do. But did you ever
be a nice break for the world?
Yeah, a nice break from that red, white, and blue uniforms in the playoffs. But let me ask you, do you ever watch the TV show Friday Night Lights?
No, I saw the movie. I never watched the show.
Okay, the movie's good. The movie's really good and really emotional, but the show is like on a whole other level because they go and they break all the characters down and it's really good. Billy Bob Thornton's not in it. They do Kyle Chandler instead. A lot of the other characters are still in it, which is interesting. David Cass and everything.
High school football, right?
It's about a high school football. And there's an episode, spoilers for a show that came out 20 years ago. There's an episode of the show where, like, in a later season where they play against their crosstown rivals and the team that always gave them trouble and they just pound the shit out of them. And that had to be the same feeling that Jets fans had this past Thursday. So if there's anybody, let me know if it felt good, if it felt like just an emotional, just a chummy warm moment. I feel like it had to if you're a Jets fan. I don't know.
Yeah, usually the comments we get are, "You guys are idiots. You're stupid.
You suck.
Phil's racist.
Lisp, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about."
So please, we don't know anything. Like, obviously, I picked badly with the Giants that Daniel Jones would be gone after this week, and the Jets would.
We can go
game.
through.
So we're wrong most of the time, which is we accept that.
Dude, we are idiots. We can go through my MLB picks in a couple weeks when the regular season ends just to show everybody how wrong I was.
Yeah.
Because I was, in fact, I don't think I got a single division except for the Dodgers correct And that's still a close division too. We still have a week to go. I might have gone 0 for 6 in MLB divisions this year, which is crazy because I watch a ton of baseball. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's so hey, Giants won, felt weird. Jets won, it had to have felt good for the Jets fans. It had to.
And then
okay, let's hop over to baseball. Yankees, the current magic number as of this recording is uno. One number, which means if they don't get swept by the O's this week, they win the division this year, which is pretty cool.
Unreal.
Obviously, I'm
They're clicking. They're clicking on all cylinders.
This team, they're getting healthy at the right time. I think that Weaver at the back end of the bullpen, they finally found their back end guy.
Psycho.
Hamilton's back.
Yeah.
We've got Stanton looked good today. Dominguez had a jack today. If all these guys get hot at the same time, they could curb stomp their way through the playoffs because this team's ceiling is, I think their ceiling's the highest in the league. The problem is, are they going to show up for whoever they play against? Yeah.
I feel like after they clinched, there was a vibe going into that where you could tell these guys wanted it. And now that they clinched, it's a different feeling than a month, 2 months, obviously, ago. So, we'll see. I have good feelings about it. But
it'll be fun also and again, I picked the Orioles to win the division. I'm going to be wrong, but I'm also happy about it. It will feel good to clinch the division to the Orioles fans and their team's face this week because they have a positive record against the Yankees right now. They're winning the season series. So it would feel good to lose a season series and still win the division to their faces and be like, kind of one of those moments. So that's all we got to say is positive things right now about the Yanks. They're kind of figuring it out. I'm liking what I see. You can't take too much stock in it because it's West Coast teams. Seattle can't hit, and Oakland is generally terrible because they have a payroll that's about as high as your local Arby's. Right? That is how that goes. Elsewhere in the league, it looks like the Tigers are going to make the playoffs
after trading their best pitcher. Right?
I am floored about this. Let me see if I can get my camera over. I am floored about this. I'm happy for them. I think it's great. I think it's very funny. And also, too, the last wild card team has to play against the Astros because for once the Astros don't have the top seed in the league. They're the hey, we won our bad division team this year.
Yeah.
And so they are going to have to host a wild card series. We're going to keep an eye on that, see how that affects them. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting going to the last week of the year. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to rock. I'm also curious to see how the NL seeding goes. But let's just enjoy the ride for the last week of the season, man.
Yeah. Well, we had Hacksaw on earlier in the year. We were talking about how bad the Padres were, and here they are. They're getting in, right? Like I haven't checked the National League.
The Padres are, I think, the top wild card team right now. I haven't checked the NL standings in a couple of days.
The Mets are still behind them, right?
They were within 3 games of the Dodgers a few days ago. Oh, and also speaking of the Dodgers have an entire rotation on the IL right now. They traded for Jack Flaherty at the deadline. You're just talking about that. They were talking about the Jack Flaherty thing. Guess what? He might be their number 1 starter in the playoffs because the entire rest of the team is fucking hurt. So that's going to be very interesting.
Otani may have to pitch, I think, right? They're thinking of doing that. Yeah. So I just want Judge to have more home runs than him this season. Just give me something.
Otani just personally. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, he's Otani right now. He's the greatest player in the world. But like Judge, I like Judge. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm gonna root for Judge. I like him better. I think he's better. He plays outfield. He's not a DH. So maybe you're splitting hairs, but you can't deny how good Otani is. But like.
By the end of it,
I want my guy to be better.
Yeah, I know you're right. We can't deny Otani. I honestly think that by the end of his career, he might be the unanimous GOAT ever. Yeah. I mean, the guy, he's on a whole other level, man. But I got to say, I'm a little salty about Otani because Otani, I had to, in my fantasy league, my opponent in the semifinals had him, and I got fucking destroyed this week because he had that historic week where he put up like 40 RBIs or some crazy shit. But anyway. Yeah. So so screw Otani, go Judge. Anyway, let's move on.
Judge, he's got to hit 9 home runs to make the American League record, and Volpe has to hit 51 home runs in this week. If he wants to catch up, so one of these guys.
My initial guess for Otani, my prediction was I said he was gonna do 69 home runs because I was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And 69 home runs. How cool would it be if counting the postseason he ended up with that many? That would mean that this would be a fun October. I would love to see that. If he just goes ape shit over the next 3 weeks or so. I would love that.
Judge is better.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's hop into let's do some reactionary stuff. Mike, you got a whole list of stuff for us to do this week. I don't know if we're doing it all, but what are we doing first?
We got a show today for you out there. We got,
Here's the Nosebleeders show.
Yeah. So because we've been having trouble showing football fights, I found something close. I found a rugby fight. So this is the first time we've ever done a rugby fight on this show.
Let's do it.
If you ask me to tell you what is going to happen, I don't know anything about rugby. So let's just watch it. Find out.
And he'll put him down. This is Johnston, the dummy half. He swings it away this time to Naylor. Quickly wrapped up over there. North's getting up pretty quickly.
Is this part of the game or is this the fight? Okay, this is the fight. Okay.
Oh, yeah, people are throwing fists. It's definitely the fight.
And now they're breaking up to 3 or 4 different groups. 4 maybe.
But you wouldn't know.
Going through the air. And they're all over the place.
Rugby is so brutal.
Actually, there was a little bit of going in
jerseys.
On the tackle.
Well, yeah, they basically are dressed up to play women's soccer, and they're beating the absolute hell out of each other right now. This is incredible. You know what year this is? This has to be like 70s, 80s because they're just shorts.
Oh, he took that guy out. Let's go back to the hold on.
He goes under
the first rewind in the middle of showing the fight. Hold on, wait a minute.
I think he might have actually gotten knocked out. This guy number 11 can throw a
solid
uppercut right there. Oh my god.
That was brutal. This punch right here, we haven't seen anything like this.
Not good.
We've seen a lot of swims on this show.
Yeah. Oh, it was he flew in.
Well, that one landed. That one landed to the point where the guy is just went down.
Is that Nandor? Like on What We Do in the Shadows? Is that his name?
Okay.
So what was that sponsor in the background? It said, anyhow, have a blank.
Yeah.
Do we have another shot of that somewhere? Anyhow, have a
punch in the face. I don't know that. There's an asterisk there where like anyhow.
No, that's not an asterisk. Maybe? Those are actually the stars that are flying around the guy's head after he got punched in the face.
It's like a Roadrunner car. It's the coyote, the cartoon. See, but this is where in the beginning it's like, okay, here's rugby, and this is normal rugby.
Yeah, rugby's a brutal sport, man. These guys are tough.
Yeah, where did the fight? Somewhere around here. It's like, all right, you went a little over the line from the rugby form. Now we're in fighting mode. Like, well, how do you tell? You know, because just play rugby.
Yeah, it's true. How can you tell?
Yeah, and rugby.
I guess when you lock up on their votes are. What were we saying?
No, I was just saying during I watched rugby when I was working the Olympics, and it's awesome. It's like, why don't we have rugby in America more? Like, I know
we do. It's just not famous.
Yeah, and like these guys, you know what's funny is they don't wear pads and stuff, but aside from them beating the hell out of each other right now, I don't know. Is there the same amount of concussions? It's almost like if you're wearing
has to be more.
Well, if you're wearing like gear and armor, you think, well, I'm safer, so you're more willing to throw your body into each other, like in the NFL. And this, I wonder, like, hey, I don't have a helmet on. Maybe I'll just
that's true. I mean, these guys. That's a question for someone who knows a lot more about rugby. I'm not that guy. Yeah. Although I do know that there are professional rugby leagues. They're just not popular. It's like professional lacrosse. Like they do exist. Yeah. There are some damn good players, but in the words of one of my friend Jordan, he says that for the finals they have to take out vacation days from their day job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not that popular in America. You can't really not many tickets sell to something like that.
You're not joining the team call at 2:00? No, I got rugby finals. What? You know, so I wouldn't mess with the guy at my company who plays rugby. If he wants off, he
absolutely not.
Don't worry about it, bro. You're good. So that's rugby. That was good for a first time rugby fight. I think we hit a home run with that.
Getting them on the board. All right.
Yeah.
What's next?
We got another fight. So hockey preseason starts next weekend already, that'll be fun.
That's wild. I feel like it feels like the Stanley Cup finals were like 2 weeks ago, but no, they were 3 months ago or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like we just saw the 49ers lose the Super Bowl to Taylor Swift. So it's already week 3. That's my opener in my set, by the way. Anyway.
Oh, all right. The Swifties must love that.
Yeah, yes. They not me. I've been in non-Swifty territory, if you know what I mean. So they like it, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
So,
I know. See, my girlfriend's a Swiftie, so my entire life is Swiftie territory.
No,
it is what it is.
All right, so let's go to the hockey fight. This is from 1986. Boston Bruins
My birth
versus
Let's go.
Versus the Montreal Canadiens, and it starts off as like a crazy hockey fight, and then it turns into a crazy hockey fight.
Okay.
So
this is a classic rivalry goes after
so, yeah, let's turn the sound off. All right, so here's the little hitting, punching, and now we're typical hockey scuffle.
You're getting shoved around. Also, God bless whoever uploaded their VHS tape of these fights. That's how we get them on here. Hell yeah.
And if you notice, the Montreal Canadiens are wearing the first ever Giants uniforms. The 100th anniversary.
It does actually look like that. Yeah.
The Giants had helmets. They look like the Michigan Canadiens with their helmet. They look like the Michigan. I mean, those are old style helmets. A lot of teams wore those. But Michigan is like the only team left with those helmets. Anyway.
Right.
So this, typical hockey fight. I mean, it's scrappy. It's a good one. We'll punch ahead. They're good. Really. I'm
glad I'm watching this while drinking a Chardonnay. I feel very sophisticated.
You're like the owner of the team.
We hockey fights.
Oh, look at the rep with the rep. It's like, he's fighting back. Like, don't hit me. You guys should fight. Are you choking? You all right? You want to take a 5? So this is this goes on for a little while, and I'm trying to see if there's a preview of when things really just like this looks bananas. This is nothing.
This is a general multi-part fight. This can be true in any sport, but man, I gotta say, in order these guys are so damn tough. In order to stay balanced and still be able to throw full-on haymakers at other grown men who are also throwing haymakers at you.
Yeah, stand on skates on ice and
these
throw
guys
punches.
are tough. I think of the 4.
Oh, that had to hurt. I don't care how many pads you have.
Yeah, and ice is also harder than grass, by the way, falling on it.
Yeah. Well, I've walked on ice. I've walked on ice at the Devils Arena because I was there working on he's cursing you out. Mess you up. I was on the ice at the Devils Arena because I was working on a commercial shoot, and it's like a not dry ice, but it's not like a wet, slippery ice. It's like dry, but you can walk on it with sneakers, but it's still slippery. So what these guys are doing is unbelievable. The
ump right there is just cussing out the player. Like, hey, you're going to be grounded for 3 weeks if you keep this fight up, young man.
You didn't say, hey, no, you're going to your room. That's it. Hey, it's my Canadian.
Except for penalty boxes, guys. Be nice. Be nice.
Okay. Hey, let's be polite. We're playing hockey. Okay. So,
don't you know you're not supposed to take a swing like that?
Okay. And there's Dennis Quaid, apparently. I don't know why he's there. Somebody's eating popcorn.
He's like, I paid for these first row tickets and they're just fighting. I came for a good game, guys. I want to see you guys play a clean match.
Yeah. They put me behind the bench for some reason.
I assume that's the coach or something. It's got to be, but still.
So, this seems like, okay, everything's done. Everything's over. Let's get back to hockey.
That's what it seems like.
It's what it seems like. I kind of skimmed through this, so a lot of this is new to me. He's like, all right, you got to go.
That's right. Live reaction is what we do here most of the time.
That referee looks like Tom Jones, by the way. It's not They are just this is like bad blood for decades between these. It has to. They're like the original
teams,
6. Yeah.
I've actually went to a years
ago.
Here we
go. Here we go.
Whoa.
Now it's on.
This is just like Slapshot. All right. Crawl into the stands. Fight the fans. Let's go.
Here's the massacre. Look at this.
And it's not just 2 guys that did it. It's the whole team. And now the Canadiens are showing up. They're going to defend the honor of their fans.
This is insane. There's people climbing over. Look at this. Oh, this is unreal.
This is awesome.
Hey, calm down. Calm down, eh?
No, dude, Canadiens against Bruins is up there as one of the best rivalries in all of sports. I actually, years ago, I was dating a Canadian chick, and she was from Montreal, and we went to, up in Boston, we went to a Canadiens versus Bruins game in Boston, and I think we counted like 5 or 6 fights in the stands during the game because everyone is hammered, everyone's pumped up. Yeah. I mean, it's a real rivalry, man. I respect the hell out of this rivalry.
Yeah. Look at there's guys fighting on the ice, fighting in the tunnel.
Helmet gets taken off. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
This is also, I think that guy is named Sinner on Boston.
He gets his gear off.
Yeah. Wait, we'll go back to, I think this guy here. I mean, look at this.
It almost seems like the camera guy doesn't know which fight to focus on because there's so much going on.
Yeah, the guy in Boston's like, "Can you help me out? Can you punch this guy? Look, watch." Look.
Yeah. Like I'm holding him. Can you take a swing, please?
Take a swing. Wait, where's the guy? Yeah, look, Sinner, or is it Simmer? But it's Sinner.
Everyone needs to simmer down, huh?
Simmer down. Yeah. Yeah, and this is like, it's just ripping jerseys off at this point.
Ripping jerseys. Yeah, he gets his gear off, and then they cut away. Or are they going to show it this time? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I skipped back. So this is pretty much the end of it.
And then the umps get involved.
Cop is there. Or that guy is a train engineer, maybe. I don't know. He just looks like... So. But you
guys, if you fight for too long, they have to shut down the Boston tea, and none of you are going to get home. Okay, get back on the ice.
But this is really like, it was a big fight already, and they couldn't calm anybody down. And then they're like, you got to leave too. And whose bright idea was it to escort him past...
Yeah, past the bench of the opposing team. Yeah. You know that there was like not a racial slur because they're both white, but you know that there was like
Canadian
either called him the F word, or he called him the G word, or he called him the P word, or some other word that you don't like to get called if you're a big tough guy who plays pro sports.
What's a Canadian slur? You maple sucker? You Arctic swimmer? I don't know. Whatever's going on up there.
Maple sucker.
Maple sucker. Hey, your mother climbs trees, eh?
I'm going to beat you up so bad that you're going to have to use that universal health care that we have up here.
Somebody, exactly. It's gonna, John Candy's not funny. What'd you say? I would fight over that too. But
neither is Tom Green. Okay, now you've crossed the line, sir.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. What you say about Matthew Perry? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Ryan Gosling's abs aren't that great. Yeah, they just go crazy at each other.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, and this was good. This was one of the better fights we've seen.
You know what? Let me tell you, Kiefer Sutherland, not that good of an actor.
Pamela Anderson, not that hot. What? Yeah.
Oh, dude, did I tell you that I was at home. My mom has a subscription to Better Homes and Gardens. She was on the cover of Better Homes and Gardens, and it was one of those moments to me where, like, oh my god, I really am pushing 40 now. Like when you see a Baywatch babe on the cover of a fucking housekeeping magazine. It kind of like, no, I had to like sit down and process it for like 10 minutes. Anyway, we need to get back to this hockey fight.
When you were saying it, like my mom has a subscription. Like I almost thought you were going to say your mom has a subscription to Playboy. It was like, what are you talking about?
That would be awesome if my parents were nearly that cool. But no, my mom was my Sunday school teacher, which is the opposite of giving your kid Playboys. That's
Pam Anderson made Better Homes and Gardens. Hey, good for her. You know, hopefully she's leading a good life. You know, she made us happy. Anyway,
yes, she did. Back in the 90s.
All right, so. That's that.
Anybody who sees this fight as the first thing from our channel is like, what are these a-holes talking about? I thought I was sitting here watching a fight reaction. They're talking about Better Homes and Gardens. Like, like what's wrong with these idiots?
Yeah. We got a ton of ads. This might be a long show, but we got to show these ads. They're good. We got football ads. We got baseball ads. Football and baseball. That's all we got. Let's go. Right. I'll go to this one first because I think it's a quick one. This is Jim McMahon, who used to be the quarterback for the Bears when they won the Super Bowl. Let's take a look.
Outrageousness. Nothing more than a way to wake people up, especially yourself. That's really simple.
Whoever uploaded it played it backwards too. So you know, it looks like Jimmy Hart.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So obviously this didn't catch on because this just screams 1980s. Like this scooter looks like the transportation device they use in like the future movies of that era. What they thought the future was going to look like. This is exactly what they made it based off of.
Well, this scooter, so everybody knows the Transformers, but there was also a cartoon in the 80s known as the GoBots. It was the same thing. It was just less transforming robots. And there was a scooter. I think his name was Scooter, and that was the scooter that he would transform into.
Oh, so this is a cross promotion then. All right, interesting.
I guess. So, and then Jim McMahon had a lot of CTE They had to like relieve pressure off the back of his head so his brain fluids would work. So he, seeing him act crazy here was a little didn't age well. Let's put it that way. Right here, yeah. I hope he's well. I hope he's okay. But hell of a quarterback, and
Honda scooters.
He was on scooters. Yeah. Let's do what else we got. Okay, so this is a more recent one. I just thought this was really funny. This just came out this year. This is for Geico, and I hope we don't get flagged for this because it's new. But it's Ken Griffey Jr. and his wife, and it's just a funny ass commercial. So
okay, let's do it.
Love this house. It really has it all.
Yeah, but our neighbor, he's a little opinionated.
Next on Golf Day.
Steerack 1!
I think I'll make me a big salad.
Steerack 2!
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our home and car insurance.
Strike 3!
What are you talking about? That's a cute shirt. You need glasses, pal.
That's it. You're out of here.
For bundling made easy, get more with Geico.
She steals
before.
She steals the commercial. That was great. The kick in the leaves and everything. I just thought that was really funny. You're seeing more and more of Ken Griffey Jr. now, which is good. So he retired, took some time away. Now he's a lot more active in baseball. So he doesn't look as fat in this commercial.
That is a pretty sweet shirt. Can I say that is a pretty hot shirt.
The white sneakers and the jeans, yeah, stepping out.
That's a good look.
And the jacket. Look at the jacket at the beginning. The velour, come on.
He's wearing teal in the whole commercial, just different outfits. Just
he is, yeah. He
4 different like very light teal outfits, or 3.
Actually, I have that outfit, this one right here with the polo shirt and the jeans. That's like I wear that when I do stand up. So
oh, I thought you were gonna say that you wore that at your old job at the electronics store selling people stereos.
No. By the way, who does yard work in white sneakers? I mean, like, expensive white sneakers are.
Yeah, that is a little bit crazy. No, that's way too nice of clothes.
Yeah. When I walk on grass, if I'm wearing white sneakers, I step very lightly because I don't want grass stains on my white sneakers because I got to go clean them, and I'm not doing all that. So we'll probably get sued for something. But I thought that was great.
I don't think they care with ads because like we're playing an ad. It's not like
making them money. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I doubt anybody's watching this show and they're like, Phil's got a point. That's a really nice Ken Griffey shirt. I'm gonna call up and save money on my car insurance. I highly doubt that, but hey, who knows, right?
Yeah. Next up, we got as always, another beer commercial. Classic
Hell
baseball.
Yeah, let's go.
It's just about baseball. Old Milwaukee.
And remember, you can't score any runs unless you get some hits. All right, now let's get a hitter up there. You kid, what's your name?
Ruth, sir.
Ruth, what?
George Herman Ruth, sir. But my friends call me Babe.
Babe. Another Babe Ruth. Well, step up to the plate, Babe, and maybe swat out a few. Hey, Turk, chuck a few into the next Babe Ruth.
When you've got a well-known name, people expect a lot.
Could be.
You don't fool around. We've got a beer named after the city that means beer. Old Milwaukee. It's a tough name to live up to, but Old Milwaukee is one of the fastest growing major beers in the country.
Tell me, Babe, you don't happen to know any kids named Garrick, do you?
Old Milwaukee beer tastes as great as its name.
Oh, another Bionic Disco. Shout out.
Bionic Disco. They're killing it on the internet. We should find out who that is and have them on the show.
They have a ton of old ads. Everyone needs to go check out that channel. Like, they really do if you're into this kind of stuff like we are.
I like that they went Old Milwaukee, but I'm assuming the Brewers existed when this commercial was made, but they went with a Yankees kind of look, and the Babe Ruth.
Well, the M was obviously for Milwaukee. Yeah, but they didn't. You can't have anything that resembles actual major league teams when you're. Yeah.
He's wearing number 3, like Babe Ruth. So that was pretty good. This is a good one. And the manager right here, if you look close enough, he's only 27. Did you ever see like old pictures of Sparky Lyle when he was in his 20s? He looked like that.
These guys all look
Sparky Anderson.
super old for sure. No, this is a good wholesome beer ad. Does Old Milwaukee beer still exist?
I think so. I mean, this commercial says it's the best up and coming beer. I mean, I think it's still
fastest
around.
growing. I don't know.
Fastest growing. Yeah.
It's funny. Like as a quote unquote old man that I am right now, when I drink beer, that's the kind of beer I usually get is like just like a light lager, just like a shitty weasel piss still mess. Like I used to be one of those little pompous, like, no, I want to, dark whatever. Now, just give me a light ass beer. Just give me something to drink. I'm very easy now, so I could totally go for an old Milwaukee at some point.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good commercial. That was good.
I'm gonna. What's your first beer gonna be, Mike? We gotta talk about.
I've had beer before. I've had beer. Probably the first beer I ever had.
No, I mean like beer, not root beer, like beer. I mean,
no, I think it was. I probably had a Sam Adams the first time I had a beer.
Okay.
Or a what is it? Sam Adams Winter Ale, probably.
Winter Lager is one of my favorite beers.
Winter Lager, yeah,
that's a good ass beer. You ever have the cherry wheat? That's a good starter beer.
I had the cherry wheat
when you're learning how to drink beer. Yeah.
Well, when I was able to drink beer, when I wasn't on any medicine, I would get like Angry Orchard.
My girlfriend drinks that. I'm sure it's delicious.
Yeah, I know. Or I would get, there was beer that it was like alcoholic soda, and I would get that. So like, clearly I'm stuck in my ways of.
All right. Well, I'll buy you something next week. Next week at the game, I'll peer pressure you into drinking one. Anyway, what do we got next for the ads here? What do we got?
All right, let's do two more. So I wanted the longer one. I'm gonna leave for the finish. Let's do an A's ad. I think each week we can do an A's ad.
Let me introduce this one. So Oakland A's, of course, are no longer going to exist in about a week from now, which is super ridiculous and sad. We did a whole episode of why I think that they're going to fail and they move to Vegas, and there's a future episode coming up where I do an even more in-depth version of that. Spoilers for later, teasers.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be cool to go and get some quote unquote vintage Oakland A's ads. They're a team that they were known for putting out sort of silly local TV commercials. And because it's the internet, you can find them on the internet. These obviously never aired on the East Coast. So these are all like Bay Area, California ads aimed at trying to sell tickets to that audience. I don't know which one you're playing because I have a bunch. These are mostly from the 2000s, so just play it and we'll talk about it. It's gonna be a good time.
Let's do this one.
Oh, remember him? Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, of course. Barry Zito, who of course played for both of the Bay Area teams. He went over and played for the Giants after. Then Mark Mulder, who I think he went to the Braves after, right? Or was it Hudson? One of the big three went and played for the Braves for a while.
Hudson, Zito, and Mulder.
Hudson, Zito, and Mulder, who they didn't mention in the movie Moneyball at all. They didn't mention Miguel Tejada or them. They made it sound like Scott Hatteberg made the playoffs for him, but
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's a different conversation entirely. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff that they do, silly ads. You'd never see this for any of the like East Coast teams. I couldn't see Boston or the Yankees or any team out here doing ads that are kind of this sort of cutesy and cartoony, if you will.
They don't do ads like that. Like if you see Yankees in an ad, it's for a product. It's never for them, unless it's something for the YES Network specifically. But like they don't really do stuff like this.
Well, no, the Yankee ads are like, they try to make it epic. It's like pride, power, and pinstripes, and it's all the epic music and come respect the history of the game. Whereas the A's are just like, hey, here's some silly shit. Come watch some baseball. Like,
because we'll make you laugh. We're not going to win. We'll make you laugh.
Well, back then they were, but that's a different different thing entirely. But yeah, we're gonna do more of those because they have dozens and dozens of ads that they made throughout the years. And it kind of sort of, as a memorial for any fans that might come across this, we feel for you out there in the West Coast. You guys got effed. The fact that someone pulled off the plot of Major League in real life is just sickening to those of us who actually follow the sport. But that's for a different week. What are we closing out with tonight, Mike?
Let's close out with this ad is 1.5 minutes. It's for Xerox from the 70s, it looks like. And it's football related. And there's something, this is what I mentioned. There's something in this. You're going to see it and go, oh, I like that. So here we go.
All right. Let's see how well you know me.
Yep.
I have not seen this.
No! Flavor! You idiot! Whatever happened to the game plan we talked about? Come on! Never mind the tarp. Make that black stick. Make it stick! No! Kalani! Quick!
Yes,
This is
there it is.
All right, this is our
That's
semi
fine.
power reverse. I got to get this into the ball game as soon as I can. This got to. Kalani. This is about as important as anything you're going to do for this club.
Way to go, Kalani! Way to go! All right!
Xerox is applying its technology to all phases of communication. Whether it be in business, government, education, medicine, or even landing men on the moon. At Xerox, we're working to find new ways of getting information to people who need it. And most important, when they need it.
Here it is. Everybody gets one. Okay, terrific. Go. All right.
4 iPads on the sideline.
Yeah.
385!
Hey.
That's good comedy right there. Oh, is that behind the goalpost?
Yeah, I think the old goalpost used to be right on. Right on the and then they're like, people are getting hurt, so we're gonna move it behind.
No, that's good comedy. There's a lot of good little physical comedy in this ad, and here's something. The 69 thing has nothing to do with the ad. Just someone who was writing this commercial is like, dude, we're gonna slip a 69 into this commercial and see if the boss notices. No one noticed, and they were laughing the whole time this aired. So kudos to that writer for slipping that in there. Good for them.
And then just putting the play on the guy's ass and smoothing it out.
That's funny. The helmet's funny.
The helmet, yeah.
You know, the part here in a second with the quarterback, he stops and looks.
It's Daniel Jones.
Yeah. That's it's Daniel Jones's dad. is who that is. That's
throwing it to neighbors, and then they score. And then there's a little Italian racism. He's calling him Cologny. I'm sure his name is Cologne, or French, whatever it is, whatever. This does not look like a Smith. He's got the European big nose like me. So
I got that too. If you look at it from the side.
There.
I like how they introduced the concept. It's like you've heard of the water boy. Well, we have the copy boy.
The copy boy, right?
That's who this is.
Yeah, this is almost like a porno, but it's not. It's a copy machine, and he's got the I'm here to fix your machine.
That would have been great if he goes in the back and the coach's wife is back there, like, oh, I hardly ever watch the games anymore. What's your name, young man? And that's instead of making copies for the team, he just bangs the coach's wife for yelling at him. That's the ad that I want to see.
That's all right. We'll try to. I'm sure that exists somewhere in the internet.
Please don't find softcore porn for us to watch. We've already. We
don't
want to get this already small channel shut down.
Yeah, but look how muddy the field is. I mean, they couldn't clean that up. Somebody's gonna get hurt out there. And it looks like, is there a baseball field back there too, or is that just the warning?
So that's usually the track. Usually there's a track that surrounds the football field, right?
Yeah.
And most high schools.
I almost thought he was running to a washing machine, but
that's how big copiers and computers were back then, man.
Yeah, I have a copy machine right here. Like
you have a copy machine in your apartment?
No, this does copies. It's a printer and a copy machine.
Right next to your bright red Fred Durst Yankees cap there. No, that's good.
That's a Spike Lee hat. Fred Durst stole it, okay? He gentrified it, okay? It's a Spike Lee hat. So it's classic. So that was a lot of fun. A lot of good stuff.
That was awesome. No, that was a fun Xerox ad. That's a sentence I've never said before.
Right. And we're under 40 minutes. I thought this was going to go much longer, and it didn't. We got 2 fights and 5 ads, so that's a good day's work.
All right. Join us next week when we talk about the MLB playoffs and Mike's third beer of his whole life. See you next week, kids.
All right. Later.